Okay, we're going to begin the press conference following the final of the FIBA Women's World Cup 2018. Please make sure you have your mobile phones turned off. Also, when you have questions, wait till the microphone is passed to you. Again, this is the press conference following the final. Australia 56, USA 73. Australia finishes with a silver medal. We're joined by Coach Sandy Brondello and player Jenna O'Hay. We're going to get a comment from the player first. Jenna?
Hiya. America are tough. I'm extremely proud of our girls, though, for the whole tournament. Just today was not our day, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you, Jenna. Coach?
Yeah, look, it was a tough game for us. Obviously, we knew coming up against USA, they're the best team in the world, and we're probably a little emotionally spent, to be quite honest. I mean, especially Liz. I mean, after the emotional game last night against Spain, we weren't at the best of our game, but maybe that's because of the opponent as well. Didn't shoot the ball well enough. You got to make shots if you want to stay in plays with the USA. But look, I'm very proud of the team to win a silver medal. It's hard to win any medal at any major championship, and we faced a lot of adversity just to get here. Look, I'm proud. Disappointed with the game, how it went, but very proud of this team.
Okay, thank you, Coach. We're going to open up to questions over here.
Coach, first, congratulations on the second place finish. And second, can you say anything about the defensive effort on both sides? I mean, neither side shot the ball as well as they're able. Yeah, it really was. We said, to beat USA, we had to play really good defense because they've got so many scorers. And then we had to rebound. And, you look at the stat sheet and you hold USA to 35% with all these fantastic players, which is, I'm very impressed with how we played defense, and we contested a lot of shots. I think we fouled too many shooters, but that's a testament that we fought hard in those situations. But on the other end, their defense was pretty aggressive as well, and they made it hard for us to get the ball into Liz, and then we had to rely on outside shooting, and it just wasn't our night tonight.
Okay, over here.
Mike Flynn, Blue Star. Coach, the beginning of the game, pretty physical. Was that part of the game plan? And I have a follow-up question.
Yeah, I think you have to be physical. We said we had to come out and put a lot of pressure on the USA and make it difficult for them, and staying in plays as much as we can. And, they've got a lot of great players here. But I thought we started really, really slow. The first 5 minutes, we wanted to push the tempo a little more than we did, and I think we're just a little flat. Once we got into it, we're only down by 8 at half-time, but we went on, it was a 10-0 run at the start of the game. But we knew the first 5 minutes of the third quarter were critical, and we just didn't have it in us, and they did.
Sandy, Doug Fomberg, the AP, congrats on a really nice run here. Just talk for a second. I know you and I had chatted about you were missing players for injury and put together. I mean, just the run this team has made to get the silver medal and how the future is probably pretty bright with what you have and coming up the pipeline, and also hopefully people won't be as injured for the Olympics.
Look, definitely, and not everyone knows, but we lost Mariana Tolo early for an ACL, and she was the starting four-man in Rio. She's been a critical part of of the Opals for many, many years. Very experienced post player. Obviously, Leilani Mitchell, our experienced point guard. We lost her just prior to I left, 2 weeks before the tournament started, and just filling holes in, and then we lose our other point guard, and obviously Christy Wallace have ACL, we have Sarah Blickards with an ACL, we have just many, many, many injuries. But look, the players, sometimes things happen for a reason, because we gave great experiences to a lot of players here, and it's the future of Opals Australian basketball is in good hands, because really we're quite a young team. You got Ezzy McBegor, and Alex Bunson's been coming back from an injury. It's the first time she's played 2 weeks ago, for 9 months out. So there's going to be improvement the more times if they can stay healthy. And Alana Smith, 22-year-olds. We've got a really bright future. Missing a few players, but it's going to make us a better team. And we don't complain about the injuries. It is what it is, and teams all face it, and we face adversity in the way that Opals we always have. And that's why I'm so proud of this team. And we didn't worry about it. We just focused on what we had. And credit those two men that had to move to point guards, and other people just picking up. And I'm a coach that wants to give them a lot of confidence, and that was the key thing. Just play hard, just go out there and just leave it all out there. But I believe each and every one of them.
Coach, to follow up on that point, a lot is made of the U.S. team's depth, but you actually outscored them in bench points by a good 37-23. That too, I think, suggests some bright future.
Yeah,
Opals.
and it does. And look, it was good to see, like Ezzy, she's 19. She came on and she had no fear, and that was good. I want that, because usually there's an intimidation factor with the USA with the younger players, but we just need to go out there and play hard. But like I said, the future looks good, but we know we have to continue to develop. We can't stay still, and they will develop with more experience that they have. So look, I'm excited for the build up now these next 2 years looking to Tokyo.
Okay, any more questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll have the second part of the press conference with the Team USA. Take a short break.
One, two, three. Uno, dos, tres.
Okay, we're going to start the second half of the press conference. We're joined here with Coach Don Staley and players Brianna Stewart and Diana Taurasi. Team USA victorious in the gold medal match, 73-56 over Australia, winning the gold yet again. We're going to have, obviously, questions in English. This is still live streamed. Please make sure you wait for the microphone to get to you. First, we'll take a few comments. First, from Diana, please.
I just think we're, as a whole, for USA Basketball, we're just really proud of what we did in this tournament. I think as you guys watched throughout the games, it's probably been the most competitive World Cup we've ever played in. Just a lot of good teams, a lot of good players, high-level basketball, and to be able to come here on short notice and just be able to get all on the same page to win. And I think that's what we always take the most pride in. Is you put everything aside and you do whatever you got to do for the team. And I think Dodd did a great job of mentally preparing us for that task. And I'm just really proud of our whole team and our whole organization.
Okay, thank you. MVP, Brianna Stewart.
Yeah, just going off of what Dee said, this group, we haven't had a ton of time together, and I think you guys noticed it early on in pool play. But, the fact that every game we got better. We knew what our goal was, and that's a gold medal. And while we were here in the Canary Islands, that was the only thing we were focused on, was how to win gold and how to get better. All
right, thank you. Coach?
It was a great tournament. I think Spain did a great job hosting. The atmosphere was incredible. The whole organization of the World Cup was superb. It gave us an opportunity to play on a platform in which people were excited to see women's basketball. And I hope that everybody that paid admission got their money's worth, because there was some great basketball played by all teams. Fortunately for us, we sit here as gold medalists. And a lot of reasons why we do that is because of the players who make a commitment to come year in and year out that allow us to win. But, we can't do it without them. We can't do it without their commitment. But as me as a coach and our coaching staff, we just got out of their way. You got to let players do what they do best and not get in the way, and that's what we did.
Okay, thank you, Coach. We'll take questions up here in the front.
Coach, you've been in this position, winning World Cups as a player. What has this ride been like for you, being on the other side, winning it as a head coach now?
It's been awesome. It's been awesome to do it with people that I've done it with, many years ago. Sue, Diana. I had a chance to be a part of Stewie's start on the national team, which was great. But when you are teammates with some of the current players and you're in a position to coach them, but one thing that has remained the same is I admire them. I admire them for their stamina. I admire them for their ability to stay on top every time they step on the floor. So it's kind of an incredible journey being in the same arena with them. And I hope that the younger players learn from how you go about winning gold medals, because it's a lot different than any other team that you'll play on. So I'm super proud of the journey that they allowed me to be on.
Okay, thank you.
Coach, could you speak a little bit about the defensive effort on both sides? You took a team that came in shooting nearly 50% of the field and held them to 33, I believe it was, and 18% from three-point range. And you held the tournament's leading scorer to just 7 points tonight. People may make a lot about missed shots or whatever on both sides, but talk about the defensive battle.
Well, our defense had an under construction sign on it for almost the entire World Cup. But, this particular game, I thought we gave our best defensive effort. We also have to credit Spain last night for, tiring them out. But what makes us good is the ability to have layers and layers of players that give her different looks. But BG Brittany Griner did a great job starting the game to where we didn't have to go to our game plan B. You know, A was it. She got us started off on the right foot, and we just never looked back.
Question for Brianna. Brianna, you are Olympic champion, world champion, women NBA champion, NCAA champion, MVP. Are you planning to come Europe to play one day? For the EuroLeague title, for example?
Well, this year I'm gonna go play in Russia in Kursk. So you know that's next up, and you know right now I think just really soaking it all in. I think after the championship we kind of got on a plane right after the parade, so I haven't really had a chance to think back on that. And now winning this gold, taking this home, and taking some time to kind of gather my thoughts and then focus back up to hopefully win a EuroLeague championship.
Congrats, guys. Stewie, you're now a 3-time MVP this season. Just talk about what this ride has been like for you and what it means to kind of achieve so much.
Yeah, it's been an incredible, few months, that's for sure. And I think, the biggest thing about it all is, it's all focused on team. Having the team winning a championship in Seattle, and then coming here and knowing that, I'm playing with 11 of the other best players in the world, and, not needing to play outside of my game and just do what I do best to help us win gold. And anything else that comes with that, obviously, it's great. It's nice to win MVP, but I was more concerned about the gold medal.
Doug Farmer, the AP. Two-part question. From the outside, I may think, okay, the scores, U.S. has no problems, but how difficult this is to win, let alone win 3 in a row, since the quarter, semis, and finals are in 3 straight days, whereas the Olympics, you have a day in between. The second part is an easier one of, I can't remember the last time, and I've been covering you guys, that you weren't booed immensely in a title game, because usually the other team's fans are all against you, but tonight it seemed it was mostly quiet unless Liz had the ball, and then they were rooting for you guys.
Well, we like to thank Liz Cambage for that. She took a lot of that grunt for us today. It's a tough tournament. We always talk about it, the World Championship, now the World Cup. It's always the hardest one to win. It's a grind. It's physically tough. It's mentally tough. When you talk about playing 3 games in 3 nights, you just don't do that anymore as a pro. And this is the only tournament that challenges you in that way. And I think, like Dawn said, we always rely on our depth. We always rely on each other. We always talk about being 12 strong, next man up. And I think today was another look at how we approach these tournaments, where a team like Australia had to put so much into playing last night, where we spread it around, like Stewie said. How do we each bring a little bit to the table to make everything work? And it's been the blueprint for a long time, since I think Don was a point guard with Lisa and Cheryl and Tina, and I remember in 2004 how they made it all work in such a way that Sue and I said, that's how you become a professional, and that's how you win a gold medal. And that comes a lot from Dawn and what she put into this team a long time ago.
Yeah, Dawn, can you talk a little bit about transition from being an assistant coach to a head coach, and how the players tended to really buy in after a short period of practice time?
Honestly, it doesn't matter who's sitting here as the coach. The players play. They do a great job in embracing. They know the culture of USA Basketball is gold or bust. And what goes into that is commitment. It's commitment to each other. It's commitment to the coaching staff. It is the ability to work with each other in a short period of time. We don't really have time, to break, each other down. We have to build each other up, and we just have to listen. There's trimming the fat off of what we're about. And, obviously the core of this team has been together in the Olympic Games. And if you take Sue and Diana, it goes a little bit further back. This coaching staff has been together for quite some time with Cheryl Reeve and Jennifer Rosati and myself. So when you have those integral pieces as a part of it, we just continue what Gino has led us to this point.
Coach, on the topic of Gino, I mean, you inherited his two straight gold medals, and tonight you extended to 3 with him sitting right behind you. I mean, did that make it mean even more to you?
Well, anytime you have, Gino, who has been, America's best coach, that's internationally and collegiately, when he's in the building, more times than not, we win. And so it was good to see him here to support USA Basketball, support the UConn players, and just be a part of, USA Basketball, because he's, he has made things a lot easier, obviously just with his leadership and his ability to get players to play at a high level.
Brianna, you've been touted as a player who can play any position on the floor, but not everybody plays all of those 5 positions equally well. Can you speak to the difficulty of playing out of your customary position?
Yeah, it's something that, you just have to get used to and have to get flexible with. And I think, especially looking at this tournament, we were so post-heavy that Elaine and I had to kind of play the 3 more than we normally do, which is no problem because, like you said, our versatility works well with that. But, understanding the spots you need to be and kind of changing your mindset. When I first got here, I was playing spots as a 3, but thinking I was the 4, and getting in people's ways, basically. But, just using the versatility. Obviously, this team, we play well with one another, and just finding an open spot and making a play. If you make a play, someone's going to make a play off you.
Okay. Any more questions? Yeah.
For both the players, I mean, this is probably the first game you guys got off to a really good start, scored the first 10 points to set a tone. How big was that, knowing that Australia's sort of been the team doing that to everyone in the whole tournament?
It was huge, and I think, especially in the locker room before the game, D was talking about being the aggressors and knowing that, Australia's used to, coming out and punching first. And, today's game, we were going to punch them first. And that's what we did, and we kind of, rode on that momentum for the rest of the game because, that's something that they haven't seen this whole tournament.
Yeah, I mean, today was one of those games where, like Don said, the first 5 games we were trying to find things. We were trying to find that hot start. We were trying to find, that defensive consistency. And in this game, it kind of all came together. And, that's what these tournaments are about. It's how do you get better game by game? We don't have the preparation. So how can we maximize every video session, every shoot around? And I think the culmination was a great game against a really good team that, dominated pretty much the whole tournament. And, that's a credit to everyone and staying together really and going all in the same direction.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. I think we're done. Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations yet again.
Stewie, did you know Coach Irma was here? I didn't know he was here.